It's been a couple of days since I've done a YouTube update, but that's because unfortunately I was ill. The last one that we did was right there on this high. In any case, I was still very active inside Discord and we got a pretty nice read on these lows on Monday. So let's recap what happened on these moves and what's happening right now. So if you go over to the Discord, just to recap what happened on Friday, if you remember, I wanted to see a retracement to the downside towards $105,100, especially because we had a 4-hour imbalance on this breakout. So what we did is wait for that retracement, which did come, and even though we were seeing a bit of reaction, personally I didn't open a long position because the 4-hour was hinting at a further drop. In the end, that was the correct read. We got a much further drop, and what was coming next was pretty obvious. It was the lows at $102,700. So then that's what happened. Again, I came back on Sunday. I was pretty ill, so I wasn't able to do a live, unfortunately. But I came back on Monday, identified the support level, $100,300. I wanted to see it revisited to offer a bounce to the upside. But as we saw a bounce first, when we came back down towards my level, what I said was that it was just a bit weaker now and I expected a deeper retracement. And well, guess what? That's exactly what happened. We got a deeper retracement, about 1% below my level, but we then saw the reaction. We even had an early imbalance, but unfortunately, I just hesitated a bit too much. I was slow and I just missed the long position. In any case, it was a pretty good read, a pretty stupid move from my part to not open a long position. I mean, I got everything that I wanted. I got the deeper retracement, I got the reaction, I got the early imbalance, but again, I was just too slow. In any case, when we got this move up, what I wanted to see next was Friday's highs at $106,500. So let's go over to the charts. And where is Bitcoin right now? Well, it just broke these highs again at $106,500. So with that said, what can you expect next? Well, I do believe that what happens right here is very important because again, we have taken these highs. However, it doesn't seem like Bitcoin wants to offer any rejection. So let's go back on the 4-hour. Do we have any levels above us and do we have any levels below us? Well, the only level that I can see above us would be the small area which comes in around, so just below $108,000. We have this 4-hour imbalance, we have this order block, and I do believe that if Bitcoin does want to offer retracement, this is where it has to do it from, right? It could offer another move up to then offer a reversal to the downside. However, if it breaks above this area, and especially breaks above this high, I don't think that we get, for example, a failed auction above it and a reversal to the downside. At this point, I really believe that if we break above this area, we will see a new all-time high on Bitcoin. Very unfortunate because this low was called perfectly, but that's what happens when you hesitate, you will be left on the sidelines. In any case, that's the area that personally I'll be watching today, just below $108,000. So if I just remove this, what levels do we have below us? Well, let's go on the daily. If we get a rejection, usually I would just take the open of this daily imbalance. However, we actually have this level first to hold, which would be $105,300, in which case if we lose it, of course, this would offer that bigger retracement. But the problem with this daily open is that it just looks like too deep of a retracement. So let's go back on the daily. For now, I will mark out this order block, which is a bit of a bigger area than I usually outline. But for now, it's a bit far away, so I can keep it like this. If we do get that drop, so if we do get something like this, right? A move up, a move back down, and this level has to hold, okay? Because this could offer a bounce to the upside. But if we lose that level, I would expect a move back down towards this area. And if we get it, that's when I can go inside the Discord, outline a more specific level, and we can trade the price action. Just as I almost did down here, you wait for a reaction and you take the long position for a potential reversal to the upside. Okay, so that was mainly it for this update. Pretty simple. I have one small area above us that could offer a rejection. If we get it, my first target would be a drop towards yesterday's daily open, which would be $105,300. This could offer enough of a retracement for reversal to the upside. However, if you lose that level, in my opinion, we could expect a much deeper retracement towards this area, at which point you would look for reactions for another bounce to the upside. However, if price just keeps on moving up and breaks that level, in my view, we could very easily squeeze towards a new all-time high on Bitcoin. So with all of that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.